What's going on, everybody? This is the MTA podcast. I'm Raven Alexander. I'm here with Cameron Pollard, and we got BK here with us. Go ahead and introduce yourself, Cam.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing? It's your boy Cam from Cleveland, Ohio. Stay in Atlanta. Uh, Head of operations for the football division at MTA.
And I'm Raven, CEO of MTA, from Fayetteville, Georgia. Currently reside in Alpharetta, Georgia. But basically, this episode is going to be talking with Brandon and asking him a few questions, getting to know him, so get to know him a little bit, little player profile. So Cam and BK actually went to the same high school, so they're kind of like locked in for life. So I'm gonna have Cam lead us off, and I'm kind of gonna piggyback off him a little bit, and then we're just gonna ask him a few questions, get to know him a little bit. So Cam, you can go ahead and get it started.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So like you said, we went to the same high school, kind of got the same roots, kind of grew up the same. So, I'm going to lead this one off because I got a better understanding of his environment or, what he came up with. So, BK, go ahead and introduce yourself and, tell us a little bit about you.
My name Brandon Kelley. I go by BK. I'm an athlete under MTA. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I went to John Hay with Cam. He was a senior my freshman year. He was someone I really looked up to, someone who really helped me grow as like a person and an athlete. And currently, I'm at Baldwin Wallace University. I play cornerback. Yeah, that's it, man.
Got you, got you. So growing up and Little League, playing for the Saints, what would you think was your biggest transition from going Little Leagues to high school?
So my transition from Little League to high school, I would say the size and like the speed of everything. High school definitely was more advanced too, just in the sense that they pass the ball more. In Little League, they ain't got no quarterback, man. The best
Right.
player play running back, like
Yeah.
just stack the box and then, what I'm saying, you go from there. But definitely, like it was more advanced in high school and everybody was a lot stronger. The guys took football more serious, in Little League, guys will miss practice and whatnot, you just playing to play. But in high school, it was definitely more serious. And I definitely had to take it more serious too. And that's where a lot of the older guys, that's where I looked up to them, just to like figure out how to approach this. Cause I mean, I was serious about football and everything, and I really enjoyed it and everything. So yeah, I would just say like the preparation and size, speed of the game. Yeah.
When you say serious in high school terms, give me a little bit more on that. Like, what do you mean? People took it more serious because, as we both know, there were some players on the team who wasn't really bought in like everybody else. So that's kind of loose saying serious. So like, what's your definition of serious versus what somebody else on the outside could think of it?
So like high school football in general compared to community league is more serious in the sense that like you don't like you got summer practices, you got like fall conditioning. These games matter. Like nobody wants to lose, especially when you're at high school and your friends go to a different high school and stuff like that. It's a pride with that. And the older guys, getting ready to go play college ball and stuff. So you got to be able to adapt to how they play and how they go about things, and you just got to really learn from them. And them getting prepared to play college ball, it really shows you how far you have to go and how serious you have to take it in high school, especially starting as like a freshman, and like how far you have to really develop yourself. And I mean, you just gotta decide if you really want to take it serious or not. Like you said, it was guys who didn't take it serious, but those guys didn't play.
Right. So
Like,
my question is, when did it like click for you that you realize, oh, I can actually go to college and actually do this?
um,
When did recruiting start picking up for you? It's like, okay, maybe I got a shot.
so I would say my junior year, uh, that's when like all the recruiting started to get picked up. I was going on junior day visits, game day visits. I initially went to like Tiffin. That's where I originally committed to when I was there for 2 years. Um, I visited Worcester. I visited Baldwin Wallace. I visited Ohio Westland, Grand Valley, and Youngstown. Um, that's all I can remember right now. But once like those letters and like emails started coming in, I started to see like, okay, these people really like the way I play. They really see something in me. Let me
All right.
level up my game and let me really develop myself right now.
Most definitely. So when you committed to Tiflin, what was the biggest difference
Tipping,
from
bro. Tipping.
my bad. I thought it was Tiflin. Tiflin. So when you committed there, what was the biggest difference from high school and the transition to college?
So I would say the biggest difference was everybody could play in college. Everybody could play. It was no like how me and Cam were discussing earlier, like it was no guys who was really not locked in. Like when you go into college ball, like you're good, like you're expecting to play. So everybody was good. And I say that opened my eyes a lot because coming from like a city school like John Hay, we wasn't as developed as other schools. Like and it was definitely noticeable, and I knew I had a lot of work to do because coming in, we had some guys for sure, like some guys who could really play, and I just knew I had to put my head down and just work for that first year and a half.
All right.
Yeah, and to say that I was able to witness your first 2 years at Tippin, um, to just give us a little bit of insight on them first 2 years, so so other people can get a better understanding on why you left and things of that nature.
So my first 2 years at Tiffin, it was a grind. It was a grind. I had a lot of developing to do because a lot of guys came in and you know they just clicked like this, and then there were other guys like me. Like when I first came in, man, I had to work, but I had guys like Coach Dukes. Shout out to Coach Dukes, man, that's my guy. Like he really helped me. He really put me in that mindset to where uh, I just got to keep getting better, and I just got to keep that chip on my shoulder and keep proving these people wrong and like proving myself right.
Right.
And he taught me, you got to have a certain confidence to really play this position and just play college ball if you want to be successful. And I mean, he really instilled that in me. My first 2 years, I'm grateful for it. Like I wouldn't, go back and change anything. I met a lot of great people there, um, but it was just a grind the first 2 years. Like it was a grind. That was it. That was it. But those first 2 years put me in the position that I am today, to where you know I'm comfortable in any situation, and I can be a great leader. And yeah, that's what it did.
Yeah, I kind of get that because in high school, like we didn't really have like a designated DB coach.
Mm.
It was to the point like I was our DB coach, but I still got to go through the drills myself.
Right.
So it's kind of like that transition from high school to college when you got a designated position coach. It kind of hits you different because you
Yeah.
don't get that luxury of everybody. Every other school in our district or every good school in our league had a position coach. We
Mhm.
didn't have they had coaches that played that certain position. We didn't
Yeah.
have that. We didn't we lacked that a lot. Um, so it was kind of harder for us as DBs to develop at my high school than it was for a receiver to develop or a
Right.
quarterback to develop or even a linebacker to develop. Our defensive coordinator he's an all state linebacker. He was an all American at Finley. He was the best defensive coordinator I can say I've ever had. But he was a linebacker, so it wasn't like he could tell us how to run our coverages
Right.
or how to, get in position or different drills or anything like that. He was
Right.
focused on his linebackers and his D linemen, you feel me? So I understand that relationship you had with your DB coach because that's key for us as DBs. We gotta have someone who truly understands the position.
And I say, I think like the biggest step was like in high school wasn't that much like competition as DBs. But man, when I got to Tiffin and it was about 30 DBs in that one room, it's a lot of competition, and it's low key intimidating at first, but
What's that?
that that goes to the point to where you just got to put your head down and grind.
Right.
Yeah.
Because 28 guys, we had some dogs like Tyler Richardson, Kevin Hyde, James Weaver, Caleb Street. There was a whole bunch of guys, and they still got dudes right now. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, just stepping into a room like that, it could definitely be intimidating. But then you just got to realize, you in it for the long run.
Right.
So you just got to put your head down and work.
So when you talk about work, like what's your normal day at Baldwin Wallace now? What is the when you wake up all the way to the end of game week?
So like you want me to take you through a week or just like
Yeah, tell me how fall camp went. Like what would be a day for fall camp?
oh man, so fall camp, it was long. It was long. We had breakfast check-in at I want to say like 6:30.
Sheesh.
All right.
Some days it would be like
Crazy.
I wanna say probably like around 5:45 to 6.
Yeah,
5:45 to 6. That was
we had that
that was breakfast
5:45
check-in.
window. Yeah.
Yeah. And then taping start at like 6:30.
Hmm.
And by I want to say 6:45, that's when we get into like walkthroughs, team stretch.
Right.
Practice really start at 7. And it's a 2.5 hour, maybe 3 hour practice, and that's for the next like 12 days. And then after that, got at least 3 meetings. And got a lift. And some days it wouldn't even be a lift; it would just be like a good stretch for everybody.
Right.
And then, towards the end of the fall camp, we start, installing the game plan for this year, and things really start falling into place in terms of depth chart and everything. Yeah, but I I had a good fall camp for sure. I really focused on the small details. I feel like that's a big thing when it comes to me. Like I see the overall picture, but it's all about the details at this point and how can I get better, as a leader, as a player. And I feel like I took that step, but I'm still improving. But I'm proud of how far I've came for sure.
What's that?
Definitely. So see from freshman BK to now BK, you definitely made a huge jump for sure, bro.
Mhm.
I got one more question. Since Cam was I want to say kind of your mentor while he's the senior year as a freshman. As we all know, Anthony Kendall has gotten drafted out of Baldwin Wallace. Has he been kind of like a Cam to you when
And he just made the 53-man roster.
right? So
Yeah, he did.
has he been like that Cam was for you, but in college? What has he left with you that you can take to the next level?
So I wouldn't necessarily say he was like that Cam for me. Because when I came into BW right away, I was in the rotation.
Right.
It was 3 of us. It was me, Anthony Kendall, and Robbie Williamson. Um, but something I got from AK, I think probably just staying the course because you know senior night, he sat down with the whole team and just explained his story and how he got to where it was. And I mean, that's really like a marathon through the ups and downs that he all went through. He stayed the course. And, he focused on the bigger picture. He focused on what he wanted to do and everything. And I think that's what I got from him the most. And just, what I'm saying, enjoying the game. What I'm saying? He'd always come to practice with a smile on his face and probably his physicality. That boy was physical. Bro, we played Capital in Columbus. Uh, they sent him on a blitz, bro. He broke the quarterback's collarbone. Like he hit him that hard.
Golly.
Bro, it was a scoop and score for like 50 yards, bro. It was crazy, bro.
Broke his collarbone is crazy.
Broke his collarbone. You hear me? I'm on the field like, damn, like you feel me? Like that's crazy. But no, it's definitely a blessing to see how far he done came, man. I'm proud of him, and I mean, he already know, like, he knows what's up. Like, that's my dog, and shit, I'm just happy to see him doing what he want to do. You feel me? Like living out his dream. That's everybody's dream. to say you knew somebody in college who was in the league, like that's what's up, like, because it's not that many people. You it's not that many people that you really see transition from college to the league, especially at D3. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's definitely a blessing to have played with him and Rocky for sure.
Most definitely.
Oh, I hear you mention D3, and a lot of people think D3 is like it's like a kids league when it comes to college football. But I tell people all the time, we got some monsters in D3
Right.
Awesome.
who chose not to go and sit on someone's D1 bench or D2 bench, who chose to go to D3 and be a dog. So I tell people all the time, you if you are good, they gonna come find you, no matter where you are.
Most definitely.
Shit, like you feel me? Like when I went to Worcester, bro, everybody was like, "Oh, you could go better." Like everybody
Yeah,
was like, "Oh, you better than that." And I went to Worcester and I made my mark. I'm in the books
right.
long time. I'm gonna be in the books for a long time. So it's like you gotta do what's best for you. You
Yeah,
went
and
to
I think
and everybody was like, "Oh, BK doing this thing." Little do they know you up there fighting for your life.
fighting for my life, man.
Then when you went D3, everybody was like, "Oh, why you going D3? This down the third." Now look at you, the starter.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's
Yeah,
like all that noise about being D3, bro. That shit is nothing because I
right,
guarantee the typical person can't survive in a D3 program, a good D3 program.
Right.
right. And I say, like, if it wasn't Tiffin, I probably would have went to BW. Like, they wanted me bad, and I liked them. Tiffin, I felt was a better opportunity for me. And in the long run, I definitely am happy I went there. But like, I look at it like, man, once you get there, the clock starts ticking, bro.
Right.
You got 4 years at the most five, at the most five.
Right.
And like you could talk about academics and everything, but from a sports standpoint, you know what I'm saying. You could go somewhere, sit on the bench for 2 years, maybe get PTO third year, fourth year, or you could go somewhere and really like leave your mark. You know what I'm saying? Really have an impact on. I mean, that's what I considered the most when I was in the portal. Like, where could I go? Somewhere that feels like home, somewhere I know I could play off the rip. Like, I'm confident I can go in there and somewhere we could win. And W was the place.
What did I tell you though? When you enter the portal, what's the first thing I told you?
I don't know. Say, I don't even remember.
So he don't even remember.
When he first told me he was entering the portal, first thing I said is go where you gonna play because you
Oh
already
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
you already didn't use 2 years.
yeah.
Right.
You can't get that time back. Clock is ticking, like you said. The clock is ticking. Once you get on campus, clock is ticking.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't have a senior year because of COVID, so I realistically only had 3 years of college football.
Man, go ahead, go back. Go ahead, play.
Come on, man. Come on, come on. I got a spot up here for you, man.
Nah. I'm good. I'm a little bit. I'll be telling somebody helmet off their head, bro. I'm different mentally now, bro. But yeah, like I took, like you said, bro. That clock get ticking once you get on campus.
Right.
2 years, 3 years, 4 years can go by just like that. You can blink and you can open your eyes and you be walking across the stage.
I mean, shoot, this is my fourth year. Like, look at it. Feel me? That's crazy.
That fast, bro.
That's crazy.
That like I remember, bro. He was just at Worcester game, bro.
Yeah, game day visit. Yeah.
That's
He
wild.
was just there. That's my junior year. He was just there. I think he
Hmm.
came my sophomore year when he was taking pictures.
Yeah, against Hiram.
Yeah, and then you came my junior year on a. It came my junior year on a visit, and I was like, man, this is so real, bro. Like,
Hmm.
you feel me? Like him coming from my high school and him coming to watch me play in college, bro. Like that meant a lot to me
Right.
because it made it seem like whatever I was feeding him is stuck to him.
What's that?
And like, he took that and he wanted to see for himself. So one of our other homeboys, Raekwon, man, he took the same route, man. he could have been D2 on somebody's bench. You feel me? But
Easily could have went D2. Like
he over there making noise at Hiram, bro. He putting his name in the books at Hiram. He's solidifying his name, and anywhere I guarantee, anywhere he go, Hiram, he's good because he chose to do what was best for him, and now he's over there having a ball. They love that man.
Right.
So, and that's why I try to tell people all the time: D3, D2, D1. Go where you gonna be remembered. I can go to Worcester right now, and everybody know who I am. BK can walk down Baldwin Wallace streets. He can go to Berea, and they know, oh shit, that's BK.
for sure.
You gotta go where you gonna leave your mark.
Yes.
Like Ray, you at Payne. I'm pretty sure everybody know who you are.
Something like that. They be
Right.
saying they be like,
You
you
know
don't
what I mean?
be
So it's like go to where you're gonna be remembered, bro. Like everybody is talent everywhere.
What's that?
It's talent everywhere, and I hope that all the MTA athletes can sit down and have a dinner and share a story. Because prime example, Alex,
Right.
he came from D3, now he had D2,
Starting.
balling.
Right.
That boy is balling, going stupid. Got to starting position, and he just got there in the spring.
Right.
You feel me? So it's like it's talent everywhere. They gonna find you. They gonna find you. Just gotta work.
Okay. BK, I got one last question. What's some of your personal goals for this season, man? Like 10 interceptions. I know that's kind of absurd or something like that, but what you got on the
I just want you to get a pick against Mount Union. You do that, boy.
It's coming. It's
I might
coming.
flip my screen upside
It's
down, bro.
coming. No, but personal goals this year. I think I'm always, like I said earlier, I'm always focused on the little stuff. Now I just want to be able to be in tune every game. I want to be able to be a good leader because um, we got a young group of DBs now. Like last year, man, it was a lot of older guys, but this year we're real young and a lot of guys are just now getting PT. So I think like
You the
leading the
older
way
guy
for them.
now,
Yeah, no, I'm the older guy, and this is my second year in the program. Like,
right?
but I think the most important one is just leading them and being a good leader in that room, um, and just making sure I could like help develop these guys. Because we got some dudes for sure. But like I said, just leading the way, making sure you know what I'm saying they could look up to me. They could, for anything. I always make sure, I tell them, hey, my line open. If you need anything, let me know. Like,
right.
call me at 2 in the morning, bro. I'm pulling up. What you need? Like, I try and make that known, like across the whole team. Like, bro, I'm good for y'all. Like, you feel me? Whatever y'all need, I got. But um, on the field, my personal goals, I would say, uh, I always want an interception. You feel me? I need a couple of them things.
Hey, Ray. When I tell
I'm
you
going. I'm
BK
going with.
used to
I'm
have
gonna
the
say,
worst hand. When I tell you BK used to have the worst hands, bro. BK used to have the worst hands, bro.
hey, but I was a little freshman though. I had to
And
develop.
hey, he used to have the worst. Like a pick would be right here, and he'll just drop that.
That's why he on defense.
Yeah.
Why he
No,
on-
but it's this gonna be like my first year truly like starting full 10 games. Like last year, I started I think like 4, but it was kind of like back and forth. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I don't really have any goals like set in stone yet. I just want to go out there and be myself. You know what I'm saying? And just be confident and trust my technique.
Bro, so you know who you sound like saying that? I ain't gonna say nothing.
I don't know. I don't know. You gotta let me know. I gotta do some research. No, I'm playing.
I ain't gonna say nothing, bro. I be preaching to the choir, man.
All right. Well, BK, I appreciate you joining us today, and all out on Saturday, man, for sure.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, we'll
Much
be
love.
tuned in, man. We'll be tuned in for sure. We gonna have a multi-screen all 3 games.
Yeah, I'm trying to tell you.
So we gonna be tuned in, man.
All right, bet. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, just know I'm gonna be texting you during the game too, bro.
All right, man. All right. I'm gonna see them at the game. You're gonna be like, brother, why didn't you make that time?
You already know.
I'm
You
already
already know.
knowing.
How
I'm
it's about to
already
be.
knowing. I'm already knowing.
You already knowing, bro.
I'm already knowing, bro.
But yeah, appreciate you taking the time out and talking to us, bro. Looking forward to it.
That's my stuff.
I'm gonna try to come up for a game. I'm try. I'm gonna text you and stuff because I'll be up there in a couple of weeks. So I'm gonna try to come to the game while I'm up there.
Oh yeah, bet.
Because I'm going to see Kobe at Black and Gold, so I'm trying to come up there. I'm trying to come to the game while I'm up there this September.
All right, bet. Yeah, just let me know.
For sure, for sure. Ball out this Saturday, man.
We might have some
Appreciate
MTA
it.
for you, man.
Oh
Depending
yeah,
on
man. You know I love the MTA girl.
Mr. CEO right here, man.
All right, man. You have a good rest of your day, man.
All right, man. Y'all too.
All
All
right.
right, bro.